Hi everyone. Today we're going to do a walkthrough to show you how to fill out a PowerPoint. Some of you are much better at this than others because you practiced. So that's okay. We're going to go through this slowly. Throughout the video, I'm going to tell you to pause so you can do certain aspects. The first thing we're going to do is answer these questions. Name something unique about you, name something boring about you, and name something everyone should know about you. For requirements, you should have your first and last name in the subject line, answer all 3 questions in a complete sentence, have a background, include 2 to 3 pictures, and spell check your work. If you want a 100%, you should check this box. Make sure you did that. There's some codes and some fast codes to help you do things quickly that are really important, such as Control Z. There's a button on your computer called Control in the bottom corner. If you make a mistake and accidentally delete something, rather than trying to fix it, just hold down the Control button and press Z. It'll bring back the last thing you did. If you accidentally move something and you don't know what you did, hold down Control and press Z. You can also do the Control C button to copy something and Control V to paste. Okay, so today here are your tasks. We're going to start at the very top, which is called Add Text Boxes. So pay close attention to how we do that. Everybody here will get a blank template that looks like this, and in the top box, you're going to write your first and last name. If you want to center it, simply click on this button here where the lines are centered, and it'll center your name. Okay. So to add a text box, you're going to go to Insert because you have to insert one. You're going to scroll all the way over to where it says Text Box. We're just going to draw one. We're going to copy the others. So I'm going to draw one here. What I'm going to do now is, while it's still open, don't touch anything, go to the top where it says Shape Format. Click on that button for Shape Format. And you can click on this first line here, or if you want a different color, you can pick the color. Okay, so let's say I want to pick blue. I'll make this box blue. If you want, you can go over to Shape Outline, and you can make the line, if you notice where it says weight, bigger. If you want a thicker box, just select the thicker line, and you can do that. The other thing you can do is also fill it with a color where it says Shape Fill. Shape Fill. So if I want to make this yellow on the inside, you can do that. Okay? For now, I'm going to say no color, no fill. I want you to pause the video now and insert a text box by using Insert. Once you do that, do the Shape Format, create a boundary for it or a border. Pick one of these, and then pick how wide you want it. So pause the video now and do that now. Okay, so welcome back. What we're going to do now is actually just simply copy and paste this 3 times. So I'm going to click on the box so it looks like this. I'm going to hold down the Control button and press the letter C. I copied it. Now I'm going to press Control and then the letter V, and it'll paste it. So I'm going to simply drag this box over. And I'm going to press it one more time, Control V to paste. And I'm going to drag this box over here. Okay, there you have it. There are your 3 boxes. Pause the video now and copy and paste and create your 3 boxes now. Okay, welcome back. We're going to do the second step now, which is add your answers. The first question I asked you was name something unique about me. So one thing that is unique about me is that I have been to 55 countries. My favorites are Colombia, New Zealand, Turkey, Japan, and Slovenia. That's perfect. The next one is name something that is boring about you. Something that is boring about me is that my perfect day would be lying in my hammock watching a TV series. Okay, and then the final detail, something you should know about me, something that everyone should know about me is that I take my job very seriously, but in my personal life, I am very relaxed and goofy at times. So I would like you now to go ahead and in your boxes answer those 3 questions. Pause the video now and come back after. All right, welcome back. The next thing we're going to do now is change your font. So there's a couple things to do with font that you can do, and it's all going to take place up here in this section. So if you highlight these words, we're going to make them a little bigger. So I want everything to be at about a 24. So I can make everything a 24, and I'll make things a little bigger. Okay? So that's the easiest way, is by clicking on a number, by testing it. Notice how big the words got when I picked 24. If I pick 44, that's too big. So 24 is fine. The other thing you can do is highlight something and click the big A to make it bigger, or click the small a to make it smaller. So I'm going to click the big A to make this bigger, right? And the other thing you can also do is by highlighting the word, you can pick whatever font you want. All right, so there's lots of different fonts. Some students have a really fun time with this. What I would suggest is only pick 3 different kinds of font. If you have too many, it's actually not really appropriate. It's better to only have 3 only. So I'm going to use that for my name there. And then for the rest of these, I'm going to pick a font by clicking down here. And I'm going to keep them all the same. So I'm going to pick this one. Now that I did that, I can actually make it bigger. So I can make it bigger. So again, this font was called Jasmine UPC. Okay, so I'm going to click Jasmine UPC. I'm going to highlight these words again, and I'm going to make them bigger now by clicking on the big A. And I'm going to click on the big A here as well. So I want you to pause the video now and choose whatever fonts you want. Change the size by using the number here or the letters, the big A, the small a, and then change your font by selecting whatever font you want. You are only allowed to have 3 different types of font. So go ahead and pause the video now. All right, welcome back. The next thing we're going to do now is add a background. Now, you don't want just a plain white background, so there's a couple things you can do. The first thing I would do is right-click on the slide, maybe in the corner, right-click, and click where it says Format Background. So I'm going to click that button, and this sidebar shows up. Now, you have a couple options. If you want a solid background, you can just pick the color. Let's say I want my background to be light blue. It'll do that. If you want it to be one solid color. If you want something called gradient, you can do something like this, where you can pick one of these, where it's kind of, there's like a little bit of white in the middle. You can play around with this, and it'll change how much white is in it, how little white is in it. Okay, there's some features here. You don't have to get too crazy with it, but I kind of like this. You can also add a texture. I'm not crazy about this, but if you click here, there's some textures. Sometimes it makes it kind of hard to see, and it's not so pretty. It's up to you. You can do that if you want. Or you can do pattern fill. I like pattern fill sometimes. And you can do things like this. Okay, and you can even pick like a separate color. If you want to choose something like that. Okay, that's maybe not the prettiest, but you can mess around with this and do whatever you need, okay? For me, for this one, I'm going to personally pick gradient fill, and I kind of like this right here, this color. So, again, double click on the slide, press Format Background, and pick a background that you want now. Pause the video and do that now. Okay, welcome back. Now we're going to edit your text boxes. This is optional. You don't have to do this. If you want your text boxes to stay white, you can do that. Now that I have a blue background, I might want to change the colors of my text boxes. So click in your text box, click on Shape Format. You can press Shape Fill and fill it with a specific color. You can also, over here, this should show up, and you can do the same thing. Or you can fill this with a gradient, a colored gradient. Maybe I'll do yellow inside, something like that. You can do a solid color on the inside. I'm going to do like a light yellow, like that. And then these I color in different colors as well. I might do, I don't like that, maybe, I don't know, like a light green. You don't need to do this if you don't want, but if you want to mix up the colors, you can go for it. If you want to do a gradient fill, you can do that as well. I actually kind of like that. Let me change this one to a gradient fill as well. I'm going to change to this color here. Yeah. So you can mess around with that if you want. Once again, if you want to change the boxes, you don't have to. But if you want to, click inside the box, click Shape Format, and then you can pick the colors here. All right, so pause the video and do that now. Okay, the next step we're going to do is add some photos. So we've been practicing this throughout the year. All you need to do is go to the internet and Google. So I have 2 cats. I love cats. I want to add a photo of a cat. Okay, in fact, let me one of my cats looks like this. Actually, that kind of looks like one of my cats. So if I can click on this, you can copy it and paste it. Right click, press paste. Okay, and then remember we talked about shrinking a photo. You want to always shrink it from the corner. I'm going to put this picture here. So if you find it doesn't fit, you can make it a little smaller. You can also move stuff around, okay, if you want. And then another picture, we'll do something a little different. So if you want to copy and paste the photo, you can do that. All right. You can, if you click on it, you can even click picture format up here, and you can add different features to it. So it looks like you can add these cool little borders. I can add this little circle. Okay. These are pretty cool. You can make the picture look a little 3D, so I'll do that. Another thing you can do is if you copying and pasting is fine. Okay. But you can also go to Insert. You can click Picture up here. Picture. You can go to Online Pictures and look something up as well. So I'm going to look up an airplane because I love to travel. So you can I can click in I can double click on this and it'll insert the photo. Again, I can shrink it. I can shrink this photo and throw it in over here. Now, there's this little box that might show up here that's kind of frustrating. It tells you where it came from. You can just click on it and press delete. It'll go away. So I'm going to add that plane there. I'm going to go back to Insert, another picture, and this time I'm going to add a photo of a hammock. Of course, I love hammocks. Okay. If you want like a cartoon version, you could type in the word clip art after. And you'll get some cartoon hammocks and some pictures of real hammocks, okay? So I might pick this one here. Double click on it. Again, click off the picture, then click on this little box where the words are and just press delete. It'll go away. And there is my hammock. Okay, so you guys can play around with this if you want. Okay, click the photo, picture format. Maybe I want this to be a little 3D. Nope, that doesn't work. I can do something like this. No, I don't like these features, so I'm just going to keep it. Okay, if you want to make it bigger, just extend the photo. All right, so at this point, either you can copy and paste the photo, or you're going to go to Insert, Picture, Online Pictures. Go ahead and pause the video and do that now. All right, now the next step is spell checking. You don't want to ever turn anything in with an error. Now, I haven't typed anything incorrectly, but let's say I did. Let's say I spelled the word hammock with one M. Let's say I left out the O in seriously. Let's say I put a lowercase t on Turkey. Actually, no, not that one. On Japan. That should be capitalized. Let's say I spelled the word unique wrong. Okay. What should happen now is that these little red squiggly lines should show up. Do not turn anything in with little red squiggly lines. So you have two options. Either you can click on the word, you can right click on the word, and the correct spelling will show up. So you can just click on that. Okay, or, I need to find this, of course, I should have thought about this before. Okay, at the top where it says review, click review, go to the far left where it says ABC spelling. Click on that button, and it'll tell you what you've spelled wrong. It said the word seriously. This is how you spelled it. That's the word they're asking you to change it to. Press change. Okay, so the word unique I spelled wrong. There's the correct spelling. Press change. Okay, unfortunately it didn't tell you to fix Japan, which is a problem. That should be capitalized. Okay, so once again, let me show you that. Let's say you spelled the word should wrong. Either you could right click on it and it'll tell you how to do it. You can just click it, or go to where it says review at the top and press ABC spelling. If that's the spelling, press change. That is how you spell check. I would like you to spell check and get rid of all your red squiggly lines now. Pause the video and do that now. Okay, so this next feature you don't get graded for. This is only if you want to. So all of you that are interested in finishing, you could finish and submit the assignment. There are some extra cool features that you can do. Okay, so for one, if you go to insert, there's a couple of cool options you can do. You can insert shapes if you want. You can look at these shapes, which are kind of fun. If you want to pick like a star, you can put stars on your assignment. You can change the color of the star up here, or you could right click on it and press fill and change the color there. If you wanted to add something like that, you could also, there are other shapes too. There are arrows, there's a heart, there's a smiley face, there's thunderbolts. If any of these things interest you, just click on it, okay, and you can mess around with it. Another thing you can do is add word art. Word art, so if you like, instead of my name here, for example, I could pick this. I can put this up here. I can delete my name. I can write my name in here with word art. And I can put this in here. Okay. This is being a little annoying. Okay. So that is my name there. Okay, so if I show you, that's what your final product should look like, something like that. Of course, you can make it nicer than mine and so forth. Okay, that is up to you. Okay, but we are done with the video. What your final product should look like. You should have the 3 boxes with your sentences, some photos. You looked at the font, you added a background, you spell checked everything. That is perfect. Save it and submit it. Okay? Thank you.